A very warm evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A warm welcome to the meeting number 32 of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. I am distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, your Sergeant at Arms for the meeting today. As the Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. The meeting is scheduled for a duration of 2 hours. I urge all of you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. Your video should be on and the audio should be off. Unmute yourself when you're called to speak or need to speak regarding the topics of sex, religion, politics. Even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, but at the Gabbies, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Our presiding officer for today is a three-time Triple Crown Award winner, Toastmaster Samita, who has completed 3 parts and regularly represents her club at area level contest. I'm sure you're going to see her in this upcoming contest as well as a participant. Please put your hands together for our presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. Thank you for such a warm welcome. And let us hear it for our Sergeant at Arms for her spirited start right on time. I hereby declare the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, Area B2, District 92, meeting number 32 open. I welcome all the members of the clubs, visiting Toastmasters, and guests to our meeting today. Please be on camera and rename yourself if you are a role taker or a guest or a visiting Toastmaster. I do not see any guests today. If you join later, you can put in from where you are and a quick introduction in the chat box.
We have Dr. Kavita here.
Dr. Kavita, would you like to give a quick 30 seconds introduction?
Hey, hi team, very good evening. Thank you for this chance. I work with Maersk as a CSR leader and happy to be here to hear you all and learn something new today. Thank you.
Thank you. So this organization, the Toastmasters International, were started by Dr. Ralph Smedley. He was born on February 22nd, 1878, and he saw that people needed this interpersonal skills, communication management, and he tried to start a club. He was not successful in the beginning. He had to keep on trying till finally in 1924, he could organize the first successful club. In the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, we have brought back the educational session. We will be having our educational session, we'll have our speech and a very, very interesting table topics. I will not speak much about that because our Toastmaster of the day will be speaking about that. But first, we have someone who has made history fun to read. The moment I say history, everyone must be thinking, oh my God, it's boring. No, no, no. So we have someone who is a quasi fiction author who crafts immersive stories where children and parents journey together through history, culture, and heritage, not as spectators, but as participants. Deeply inspired by India's Puranas, Itihasas, and its often forgotten past. He brings to light the stories of unsung heroes and defining moments through imaginative time slip adventures, and make history experiential rather than instructional. Wouldn't we all love to be in his class? Now, his novel, The Harmony Six, Legacy of the Iron Man of India, follows a group of children who travel back in time to witness the life and leadership of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, discovering firsthand the courage, value, and convictions that shaped a nation. Our guest today is Vidya Sagar, who has written this novel and who will be inspiring us with his words today. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmasters, for having me here today. Quick introduction. My name is Vidya Sagar. I am a HR professional by the day, an aspiring author who's published his first book by the night. I just thought I'll share a few things as to how did this thought for this book has come in and what is this book all about. I think there's a small introduction already given about it, but I'll quickly kind of share a few thoughts about that with you, all of you, right? So I have a 9-year-old daughter. So one of our key things that we do usually during night is that she reads different books. She talks about those stories with me. I share some of the stories that I heard or read as a child, and even as a growing adult. When I share these stories are things that are usually not available, in your textbooks, right? Because these you hear from your adults. You read through a lot of history books outside of your curriculum that are usually available. But these stories are usually not easily available for children. And my daughter asked me a simple question as to why can you not write these stories, right? Why are these stories only for me? Can my friends not read them? Can I share them with my friends? And can you write these stories and put them on paper so that I can share them across with a lot of other people as well, right? That's when, I thought about making sure that I will start sharing these legacy defining moments, right? So that I already should do in the future too. These stories are usually known to us as history, right? As a dry subject in our textbook. And like, it was being pointed out, the book is about Sardar Patel. And when we ask anybody about Sardar Patel to any student or even an adult, anybody who's at our age group as well, typically you get to know that, oh, Sardar Patel is the Iron Man of India. There's a huge bronze statue, the largest in the world. It's near in Gujarat. He's probably born in Gujarat, and probably that's it. We do not know too many things about it. Probably some people would know that he has unified the country as such. There's more to this story, right? There's a lot more that we need to kind of understand that Sardar Patel has done to the country. For example, while India has become independent in 1947, India was not one independent country. There were 562 princely states, and Sardar Patel was the one who brought them together to make them into one unified nation, and has done a lot of farmer revolutions, and revolts against the British in places like Bardoli, Khera, etc. He comes from a very humble background. He's, coming in from a farmer family where he himself, as a child, used to farm, help his family out, etc. But when we tell these stories normally, you cannot explain these to a child or even a young adult. When you say political integration, it'll all be jargon for them, right? They'll not really understand. And that's where I thought about this concept. We've named it Quasi fiction now, but the concept is that how about telling them these stories by letting them live these stories instead of just telling them as a history? We'll actually make it a mystery, a puzzle for them to unlock, right? So that's how the Harmony 6 was born. It is kind of a bridge to the past. There are 6 characters who actually are from this generation who, by mistake, end up visiting a historical ancient being who helps them do time travel to Sardar Patel's life. I'll pause it there. I'm not going to unveil everything to you. I would love for you people to read it and give me feedback as well. Uh, so that's in general about the book. But why this sort of how do I put this? Why this sort of a category or genre that I've picked up? Like I said, one thing is that the stories that we hear, at least I heard as child, are something that not no children in this generation are hearing. The history that we know at this point of time is not the complete history, right? We only get to hear broken pieces of history, one piece here, one piece there. You get to read a book, you get to hear a podcast, and that's when this quasi fiction as a genre would come in. It'll pick up an undeniable truth or a fact, which is, let's say, in this case, Sardar Patel unifying the country, Sardar Patel fighting for farmers, etc. What is it that is missing for children to understand? What if there is a small mystery that is involved in Sardar Patel doing all this together, right? What if there is other reasonings behind, how he became the hero he is today, right? This is something that we create as a puzzle for children to build through as they read through the book. Not just children. Again, this is not just a children's book. This is a book for anybody that loves history and loves to understand more about our past. And that's how we built this book, right? So it is built on solid facts, no doubt, but it's also built as a mystery or as a puzzle for children or anybody reading the book to add those pieces and understand how this. That's about the book. One last thing I would just like to kind of quickly about is why Sardar Patel. When I first wanted to write this book, I wanted to talk about a historical figure who can not just tell people about the history of the country, but also have shown a lot of leadership, qualities within them. Because leadership is all about vision, decisiveness, and Sardar Patel had both. Leadership is not, it's not. I just want to kind of conclude. We currently know is not just a record of who we were or as a country. It's not just a map of where the country has expanded to, etc. It's all about who we can be. It's all about who these heroes that we are talking about were in the past. How did they get there? How did they become those heroes? Right? It's more, particularly this book is more of an invitation for the next generation to realize that the iron that we have in Iron Man is not just in the statue. It is actually in the resilience and unity that Sardar Patel has kind of carried to bring the country together, right? And if there are storytellers here that would love to kind of write and, are contemplating whether or not you should go ahead and write a book, I would really tell you, go for it. There are several untold adventures in our history, our heritage. You need to just go find those histories and ask, what if this history has come alive today, and continue writing, from there on, right? That's a little brief about me and the book. I'll pause if there are any questions, any questions at all. I would love to answer them.
Yes, we will not let you go so soon. We have tons of questions
Absolutely.
for you. And thank you for such a wonderful talk. History, India is full of mysteries, histories, itihas, as you have said. And what you are doing is writing for today's generation so that they are interested in knowing what has happened in a way in which they don't find it boring. Kudos to you. Wonderful
Exactly.
job. Exactly.
Thank you.
And now I'll call upon distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta to moderate the question answer session. So whoever has a question, please put it on the chat and he will pick it up and moderate it. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Samita. So let me quickly check on the chat if there's any question on DM. In the meanwhile, I have a question for you before someone else asks the question. I don't want
Yes, sir.
to steal my thunder. So, history comes with controversies, right? I think that's something that's very much interwoven. Even if I take the example of Sardar Patel, uh, there was once upon a time he was definitely the the hero of the country. But today there are two sides to it. There's a lot of political aspect attached with it. Who are the supporters of Sardar Patel and those kind of things. So when you are talking about history, how do you ensure that you're not getting entangled in all these controversies?
That's just one of the points that you mentioned, right, about Sardar Patel controversies. Sardar Patel was supposed to be the first Prime Minister of India. There's several things that happened which changed that, and we had a different Prime Minister for the country, right? See, the point is that there is good in every story. It's all about what you want to learn from that story, right? There is good and there is bad in every story. In this case, for example, did Sardar Patel do something, or did he influence something within the country's history which went wrong? It's something that I ask myself. Is that a person that I want to tell a story about? If there is something that that's going to kind of move the readers into a different mindset. Okay, I understand this, but Sardar Patel has probably also done this. This is not right. So I did not want him to get. First of all, the reason why I picked Sardar Patel is primarily because of that. He's a man of his words. He's a resilient person. He stood by his, the things that he really believed in. And I wouldn't call him controversy free. There are a lot of other things that are there in his life that probably, I didn't want to put in the book. But the reason for that is I want to tell a story where things can inspire the next generation, not just next generation, even the people who are reading it now. I want them to kind of go ahead and then take a call on, hey, this is what I learned about this person now. There could be a lot more story apart from what is told here. So from there on, I'm just opening a bridge for them, opening a door for them to go in, do more research about the individuals, read more about the people that we're talking about in these books, and understand more about history. Right? That will not just give them the access to different things about not just that person, but the consequences of the things that they've done, the situations, of the history or the decisions that were made by the people that are in this book at that point of time. It will allow people to go back and read and do their own research. So this is my view of it. I'm allowing people to open the doors for themselves from there on. Go ahead, do more research, try to read more about this. I'm not attempting to kind of limit people to one viewpoint. I'm just allowing them an entry point to understand, some good things about history. And from then on, I'll open it up to them for them to go ahead and break the glass, right? So it's all up to them.
So I
And I
think
think that's,
you're just
yeah,
saying that the conversation should get started because
yes.
there's where there will be controversies, there will be differing opinions. I hear you. The first question that is there, a very interesting question. I think it's more related to a genre, quasi fiction. So the question is, what is the target age of the book, and is it intended to be read to the child, or do you want the child to read it themselves? I'm just rephrasing the question slightly, Viresh.
Yeah.
I hope that covers the questions of the question, right? So the question is, do you want this book to be read by the child themselves, or are you positioning the book as a book that I will read to my daughter?
I would love this book to be on every dinner table at some point of time in the future, right? This is where I would love for the parents to read the stories and tell their children, encouraging them to understand and learn about these leaders of the past, right? Not just the leaders, any characters that I would pick up in the future as well. But I would love for these children, to start reading these books. That's the reason why when I first started writing this book, the initial target audience for this book for me was, let's say, age 8+, 8 to a young adult. But eventually I realized that a lot of adults also don't know these stories, right? If they want to kind of bring this conversation to a table, or to a dinner table, or a bedside story, they would also would need to understand and read through this. So while the primary idea is for that us to make sure that children read these books by themselves, but I would love for the parents to read and understand and encourage the kids to know about these stories through the parents' mindset, right, or a thought perspective.
I think we adults know less about history than the children probably because they're still studying.
Probably.
Recently, I asked someone who's Tipu Sultan's father, and one of my friend, and that person was not able to answer that. So I know that there is a bit of a mingling with history that is required at this point of time. So good.
It is.
So
It is.
the one question that has come up here is that what are some of the lesser known facts about Sardar Patel? In the interest of time, can you just talk about one lesser known fact about Sardar Patel which you have put in the book so that people get excited and interested in the book?
Sure. One less known fact. This is something which made us emotional when we were writing and we were reading is that part of the story as well. Sardar Patel went to London to complete his it's called barrister. It's basically bar at law, but it's called barrister. And actually, to study bar at law, his wife actually passed away, and he had two children, both very young to take care of. And he had left those children in the care of his family, and he went to complete bar at law because he wanted to come back and fight for several rights of the people in India. So I would pause it at that. I don't want to deep dive into more parts, but it's a wonderful chapter that we have in the book about how he felt, what weight was he carrying at that point of time when he went to do his bar at law, and he went to London, by the way, to do this. So I would encourage everybody to read that part of the book as well.
Thank you, Sridhar Sagar. Sunil, I hope you're not so engrossed in the discussion that we're missing out on the timing cards, just to make sure that we are good on time, right? So, Sunil, how
Actually,
are we
yeah,
doing on time?
yeah. Actually, I
We are
have
good on
added
time?
the Q&A time with the his session time. So
Lovely. Okay.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Okay. So, with that, I'll go to a question that Sunil has, which is what is the name of your daughter, your motivator? And the second question is does your book talk about Sardar Patel's childhood life also, or does it only talk about his adulthood?
Okay. So my daughter's name is Sia.
Sia.
It's Sia.
Is she
It's the
also a
other name.
character in the book?
She's the main character in the book as well,
Okay.
along with
Lovely.
she's one of the six children in the book. And
Okay.
because she is the one who encouraged me to write this book, so I wanted to make sure that she is a part of the book as well.
Okay.
And
Okay.
fortunately for me, the next story revolves around the name Sia as well. So, it's a great coincidence, I would say. Um, and to answer the second question, we have touched around five key moments, or I would say six, because one of them is a fictional moment, but five key moments of Sardar Patel's life, which includes a moment from his childhood as well. Because it's targeted for all kinds of audience, but we want children to know more about history. We didn't deep dive into the childhood of Sardar Patel, but we wanted to showcase the situations and the scenarios of his life and his surroundings when he was living in Nanded in Gujarat.
So, Sia must be very proud to have such a timeless gift for her, right? I mean, this is something that
Absolutely.
I'm seeing all the daughters in the room feeling a bit jay about this. We wish that our dads also wrote a book. Muskan is smiling that I so wish that there was a book where Muskan was the lead character. Yeah, Muskan,
So
you can inspire your dad about this. Why not? Right? Yeah.
absolutely, and I just want to add something else, and no, me inspiring her is different. She actually inspires me more. Once I published my first book, she said, "Now it's my time," and she published her first book in October. With Bree Books as their publisher through her school, and she wrote a small. It's a fun, silly story for kids of her age, 8 to 10 years old, about how the book's name is "Oops, We Missed the Moon." It's all about how five kids, as a matter of fact, travel to the moon, want to travel to the moon, but miss it and all. It's a small space adventure that she has written. So she inspires me more than me inspiring her, as a matter of fact.
Lovely. That's some great mutual admiration there. Okay, we are going to move on to the next question. And that was the first question. Actually, I missed it somehow. That too, were presiding officer. What is your next project? How many books are you planning? You do have, for foresight or the horizon that I may say? And what's the next project or the next couple of projects that you're talking about? Probably this will be the last question.
Sure. Thank you. So there are two projects that I'm currently working on. One is the Harmony 6, part two, the next book. It's not part two, but it's the next adventure of the Harmony 6. And Harmony 6 will continue to work as a series. I will write stories under the Harmony 6 series as well. So the next book in the Harmony 6 series is going to be children traveling to the age of Ramayana. And this Ramayana story would not be from a Ramayana perspective or from Ram's perspective, which the title implicates. Ramayana is the iron of Ram, which is the path of Ram. It's actually Sita's story. Sitaya's Charita Mahat is what Valmiki named it. So I would love to pick that side of things. And that's where Sia's name also comes in, like I said, as a coincidence. So I'm going to write the second book as a story of Sita and her journey throughout the course of Ramayana. And apart from that, I'm also authoring Indian Patriot series, which talks about freedom fighters who are not that known at all. So I've already I think 30% completed, or 40% as a matter of fact, of the first book in that series, Indian Patriot series, and the first book is going to talk about a freedom fighter called Laskar Dutt. I would encourage all of you to go back and read about him. There's very limited available in the history. And that would also fall under quasi fiction, where we will pick up true facts and raw truths and fill in the gaps through the puzzles and through the stories that we think that makes sense for us to tell the story with, right? So these are two projects that I'm working on. There's a lot more in mind, which needs to be brought into paper, right? So I'll keep working on them.
Great. Thank you so much, Vidyasagar. And I wish you all the very best for your future, and to Sia as well. I think the father and daughter pair of authors is what we would definitely look forward to read more from and more about. Thank you. And back
Thank
to
you.
you, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Let us hear it for our guest for making history so interesting. I was intrigued by the fact that you have picked up a topic which is interesting, but we don't know much about. And there are so many topics as such, and you are going to write about Ramayana in the perspective of Sita. And second, you said about the freedom fighter. Yes, we do not know about most freedom fighters. I think so. We can name 5 to 7 top freedom fighters, but after that, we don't know. And I was very pleasantly surprised when I went to Andaman Cellular Jail. There were rows and rows of names being written, and I felt ashamed because I, being a Bengali, I didn't know so many freedom fighters were there in the Andaman jail. That was an eye-opening moment for me. So I'm waiting to see when your next book comes, and definitely I will read it. And I am very sure our members are also waiting to read. Thank you so much. Moving on to our meeting today, we have a new member. Our new member is Muskan Rahman, a fresh BCA graduate, is working in sales and marketing as an intern in Practive Consulting and Training LLP, where she is actively involved in client conversations, pitching ideas, and building strong professional relationships. Welcome, Muskan. To all the members out there, I'm very sure you know the contest season is on. February means contest. Do not forget to fill in your nomination forms. Let me remind you of the date once again. Gabby's 7th Feb is the evaluation and 14th Feb is the ISC contest. For GOAT, it is 10th the evaluation and 17th the ISC contest. Now, to take this meeting forward and to introduce the theme today, we have someone who is an anesthesiologist and pain physician. I think so. All of us, we love to hear more about what she has to say. Along her medical expertise, she brings a love for travel, art, and storytelling. Her passion for communication and personal growth makes her a wonderful addition to our Toastmasters family, Please put your hands together for Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. Archana Prajapati. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful introduction, Toastmasters Samita Kar. And as we all know, today our meeting theme is about golden hour. Let me start this
Can
session
you
with
just a
quick
minute?
question.
Your audio is not clear. Can you just check it once?
Okay.
Am I clear now?
Yes, now you're clear.
Welcome everyone to this wonderful evening and thanks for that wonderful introduction. As we all know, today's meeting theme is golden hour. Let me start with a quick question by just show of hands. Let me know how many of you have heard the term golden hour or you understand something about golden hour. Okay, Muskan, Veresh. Okay, so I would like to ask Muskan since she is the newest member of our club. So tell me, Muskan, what do you understand by it?
Golden hour represent the sunset time. But at the same time, I think in our mind there is something called, there is a difference between many things. We have other perspective. Everyone have their different perspective in their mind point of view. So it's a blend of two things. When we are thinking of, you are thinking of 6, I'm thinking of 9, but they're in the same row. But we're seeing it from a different perspective. So that's, I think it's similar to that.
Okay, wonderful. What an explanation and wonderful explanation. Beautiful explanation, I would say. Anyone else? Non-Toastmaster? Any guest who would like to answer? We have, I think, Niladri or Dr. Kavita. Are you there? Okay. Okay,
Yes,
Veresh is there. Okay. Dr. Kavita? Okay.
Yes, like what was mentioned here on the call just before the sunrise or sunset, characterizing about the feeling, the perspectives, um, um, different meaning for different people. So when you say golden hour, for me it might be sunrise, for you it might be sunset.
Okay.
The color variation, the gradation, that's all like comes in my mind. But also I think golden hour also means the peak of your time, the high point, maybe.
Okay.
We can keep adding to it. That I will stop there.
Okay, okay, that was wonderful, and that was beautiful explanation. And I wish in medical terms also we could also say that golden hour is some kind of philosophy, like both of you described, Muskan and Dr. Kavita. But it's not like that. When doctors talk about golden hour, we are actually talking about the first 1 hour after a medical emergency. And by medical emergency, what we are talking about here is two time sensitive, very time sensitive, I would say, emergencies like MI and stroke. MI is commonly called as heart attack, and stroke we all know. So, because why we say it as a golden hour? Because this first hour actually decides the entire outcome about the patient, whether they are going to walk out of the hospital or they will never walk again. So let's understand why this first hour is so much crucial. Just imagine there's a fire that starts in your house or somebody else's house. And if we act in a few minutes, if we just throw a bucket of water in that fire, that will stop not only the fire, it will also stop the damage. But if the people are waiting and just thinking that it might stop on its own, or it it will not spread as much, but fire spreads and later on the firefighter comes. Even they can extinguish the fire, but the damage which has already been done cannot be recovered. Similarly, in case of heart attack, in case of stroke, damage starts immediately. Damage in the sense, like in heart attack, damage of the muscle tissues, muscles, and in case of brain, we have brain tissues. The blood supply to the brain tissues and the heart muscles, they get stopped. And if we get the treatment immediately within that first hour, they will not only be reversible, they will also stop the damage and further damage and the disability that is going to occur after that. And if the treatment is delayed, we can save the life, the patient can be saved, but the damage which has already been done, that becomes irreversible. That's how this first hour is so crucial. And that crucial first hour is what we call the golden hour, because within that first hour, damage is still reversible and it decides the entire outcome of the patient. That is how exactly the Toastmaster meeting works. Every Toastmaster meeting also has golden hour structure. Not one long stretch, but three clearly defined sections. First, the prepared speech section. Second, the table topics, the most interesting one. And the third, the general evaluation section. So today, to ensure our first hour of the meeting that will go right, let me invite our general evaluator, who will ensure that meeting stays structured from beginning till the end. Our general evaluator is a Triple Crown award winner, has completed 3 pathways and represented club at area level contests. She is a dynamic soft skill trainer with a dream to empower women leaders and an avid storyteller herself and a passionate traveler as well. So please welcome Toastmaster Samita Kar. Over to you. Please
Thank,
welcome her with a huge round of applause.
thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. Archana. As a general evaluator, I'll be keeping a close watch on the meeting. What went well? What can be done better? Because in Toastmasters, we believe evaluation is very essential. I cannot do all these together. I need a team, and here is my team. The first member of my team is timer, who keeps the time and makes sure that we are well on time. A very enthusiastic about learning new things to evolve himself, passionate about playing cricket and speaking in English. He has joined Toastmaster to develop his speaking skills, his communication skills. This, please welcome our timer of the day, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Please explain
Thank
your.
you. Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator. Tasks are fruitful only when delivered on time and within time. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. As a timer, I'm responsible for keeping track of the time taken by speakers and role takers. Today, we have only one prepared speech, which is timed for 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll show the green card at 5 minutes like this, yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. There is a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. For table topic section, each table topic speaker is allowed to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow card. At 2 minutes, the red card. Here, in this section, the speaker is allowed a grace period of 30 seconds on the upper side only. It means he has to speak at least 1 minute for 1 minute. In the evaluation section, the evaluator will be allowed to give his evaluation for 2 minutes, for 2 to 3 minutes. The green card will be shown to him at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. He is also allowed to use a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. This is all about timings. I'll come with my report in the evaluation section. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, timer, our Toastmaster Sunil. Next, we have our language evaluator, who is Masters in Computer Science and currently working as a machine learning engineer at Indeed.com. He says that he has two highly energetic, always curious, and of course, cute toddlers running around all the time, and he spends his time chasing, tickling, attempting to reason, and occasionally teaching them something exciting. Yes, your hands are, of course, full. Our language evaluator today, Toastmaster Veresh. Over to you. Please explain your role.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as language evaluator, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll also make note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all speakers and role players in today's meeting. I will give a final report at the end, which will focus on 5 major areas. That includes filler words, such as inappropriate interjections, use of crutch words like basically, actually, and so on, repetitive words of phrases, unintentional long or short pauses made by speakers. I will also be looking for any misuses of the English language and note down any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As language evaluator, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is radiant, which means sending out light, shining, or glowing brightly. But when used in the context of a person, it means things like clearly emanating great joy, love, or health. But when used as an emotion or quality, it means emanating powerfully from someone or something, very conspicuously. Example usage of the words are statements like, the peacock displayed its radiant green and blue feathers. She gave him a radiant smile. He praised her radiant self-confidence. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I am posting the word of the day in the chat, its meaning and examples for everyone's reference. I will give word of the day report and language usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you for explaining it so clearly. And I urge everyone to use the word of the day throughout the meeting. And next, the most important person who will check whether we are listening in the meeting or not. A qualified CA and CMA has joined Toastmasters again to improve her communication skill. In her leisure time, she likes to sketch, paint, and try new things. She describes herself as a lucky go person. Our listener today, Toastmaster Swati Gupta. Over to you. Please explain your role. You're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and all the guests. Today, I'll be taking the role of listener. My job is to carefully speak just how all have listened by sharing what stood out. So stay sharp. I'll be checking what you guys are listening to.
You were not very clear. We couldn't get your audio properly. But she is the listener of the day. At the end, she'll come with her questions and she will check whether we were listening properly and we can answer what she has to ask. At the end, she will come with the questions. This is my team, and I will present along with my team the report when the Toastmaster of the day calls upon. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Archana.
Thank you so much, and for the wonderful introduction of your team and those radiant smiles and role takers over here. Now, again, moving on with our next section. But before that, let me know from the audience about their family members or their themselves experience about ICU, especially about MI and stroke or any other medical emergencies they have been to. So, who would like to share? No raise of hands. Okay, to DTM Sourav Dutta is here.
Yeah, I think no one wants to answer because it's a very scary question. Not for you. I mean, the Gabby's has got three doctors. Two of them are in this room right now. So for them, I know it's a way of life. But for the rest of us, the question that you asked is actually brings back a lot of haunting memories, right? So I have the dubious distinction of I don't have any of my first cousins male alive. I have lost all of them in this particular age group. Like I've lost all of them between the age of 40, 42 to 47, 48. And each of them have died of a heart attack or a brain stroke. So, very clearly, my family has something's totally messed up in our genes. I am still, so I consider myself sitting on a time bomb. And I recently myself also I got admitted because of this emergency, as I had a what was that pain? That pain that comes during heart attack.
Angina.
Angina.
Angina pain.
Angina pain, yeah. So that happened, and then there were some tests and all were done, and some blockages there in all the arteries. So it's very scary. That particular day, I had a very slight brush with death. I just flirted and went back. So hoping that they will not romance me anytime soon, but yeah.
So, within what time can you recall you get to the hospital?
So I'm lucky that way because where I stay, there are three hospitals on all the sides put together. So that's why I reach hospital within around 15 to 20 minutes. The only thing that I did is very smart of me because I was feeling a pain. I decided to have a cigarette and then go so that the pain can get relieved. Only to be told that actually worsened everything. Because I used to smoke at that time, so for everything the cure was a cigarette, right? So
So clearly there was a respecter, and you got with the respecter along with that, along with your angina pain to the hospital. So I'm really sad to hear that your with whatever happened with your family members, but it's all about the golden time period which you could actually get. You were lucky for that, but not your family members. So yes, any other person, any other guest who are there? Tamanna Yadav, Sudha Yadav, any of
Muskan had
you?
raised her hand.
Okay, Muskan. Okay, yes, Muskan.
Actually, I was about to say something, but when I heard about Saurav sir's point of view, I was like, no, I should just lower my hand. It was something else. Okay. So for my case, I was giving my last same when it was very much summery day and it's like not tolerable at all. And I faced a heat stroke and it was so bad that my parents called the ambulance at 4 a.m. something around at night, and they just rushed me to the hospital. And I'm also lucky that I got hospital near my home. So somehow I just get 20 drips, I guess, to cure my body and make it hydrated again. So it's really, I should say that everyone keep hydrated and stay hydrated. Don't make mistakes
So
like
where
me.
are you from, Muskan?
I'm from Kolkata.
Kolkata. So yeah, heat stroke is a regular thing, I think, there. And yeah, what stroke I am talking about is not about
I got
the
it.
heat stroke particularly. It's about the brain stroke. Okay, so here what happens is the clot that is there in the brain, and that blocks the brain tissue, the blood supply of the brain tissue. So that is about that. Okay, yes, heat stroke is also an emergency, and yes, getting early to the hospital, that makes all the difference. Any other else? I would request everyone, all the audience over here who have any kind of queries regarding these emergency, particularly we'll talk about the MI and stroke, because these are those emergencies that always, and in, especially after this COVID era, I would suggest everyone to look after their parents, their relatives, and all their children as well. Nowadays, even younger age groups are getting these kind of stroke, these kind of particularly MI situation, like in the persons in the gym who are regular with the exercise as well. So, any queries, they can just write down in the chat box. We'll come to it
Samita has
later.
raised her hand. Samita has raised her hand, Archana.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, Samita. Yes.
Yeah, you said that golden hour. I was feeling uneasy, and it was only uneasy. Now, usually I keep a check on my BP and all, because I have inherited those genes of diabetes and BP. Uneasiness became a little more, so I decided to visit the hospital. And then they checked my BP. My BP was shooting. I could find it out from the doctor's face, because she was the same doctor who had checked me 15 days ago. And I saw it in her eyes. So I asked her that, is something wrong? She tried to assure me that no, nothing is wrong, ma'am, don't worry. I said, but you can tell me. So my BP went up to 220 by 160 something. And since I had gone to the hospital just when I was not feeling well, no other complaint, they said that I was saved that day. I could
Yeah,
see it.
absolutely.
Yeah, because when five doctors come and surround you, you know that something is really wrong. Otherwise, they will not be coming there at night, 11 o'clock, to check on you. And yeah, finally, it was a 6 weeks of bed rest after that, followed by that, because the BP had gone really, really high. Yeah,
Okay.
a
Yes,
brush,
absolutely. That
brush with that.
immediately you had to rush, and you are regular. I suppose you are regular on your medicine of hypertension as well.
Yes, yes.
Till you got the emergency
No, till
situation in.
then I was not taking any medicine, because my
Oh,
BP not.
so you were not aware of hypertension.
15 days ago, my BP was completely normal. And 15 days later, I had this episode where it shot up. It seems I'm genetically prone to it. I knew it, so I would keep a check on
Any
it.
of your family members
Yes,
they
yes.
had?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they
okay,
have.
that might be a reason.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's always recommended to do and to undergo regular checkups, especially when you are 50 or above. Nowadays, it has come down to 40 and above. So, regular checkup, annual checkup for those who are at risk, particularly who has a family history, or either they are prone to certain diseases, like they are diabetic or they are hypertensive. In that cases, we need to undergo regular routine checkup for our blood pressure, for our cholesterols. Basically, one blood investigation I would recommend is your lipid profile, which includes all your total cholesterol, VLDL, LDL, and all other such. And one more investigation is what we call as CRP, which we do in patients, particularly who have family history or either are heart disease patient as such. So these are investigations that should be done regularly, annually, or within 3 years. Not which who are not at risk factors. Okay. Thank you, and thank you for sharing your stories. I will come. I'll answer the questions in the chat box itself. Now, moving on with our prepared speech section. I think it's getting so serious now. To relieve that, we have a wonderful speaker with us who will. And let me introduce him. Who is going to be the speaker of today, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Prapurna. He's a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmasters pathway with over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JCPenney. He is seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSME, non-profit, and women entrepreneurs. Apart from this, he is a proud father and lifelong learner. Today, he is going to deliver a speech from the Path Engaging Humor, Project 3, Level 1, with the project objective of introduction of vocal variety and body language. Timer, please note his speech duration would be 5 to 7 minutes. So let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. I can't. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Over to you.
Those of you who know me would never imagine me telling or using these words, I can't. Because I am that overconfident, over enthusiastic cutlet, right? That is always jumping into something, and I'm very confident that I can do everything in this world, even though I've been proven wrong many a times. But there's something that I was absolutely convinced I can't, and that is teaching children. That confidence in me that I can't was given to me by my 10-year-old daughter. Not when she was 10-year-old, from her birth. But of late, the confidence took a huge hit because it's becoming increasingly difficult for me to teach her anything. Earlier, at least maths was easy. Nowadays, when I'm trying to teach her division, after explaining to her 8 times that 8, when you're dividing 8 by 8, it is 1, and I ask her, what is 8 by 8? And she very confidently looks at me and says 64. Or, for example, after making her practice the spelling of care, CARE, 64 times, when I ask her to write it on her own, she will write it as KARE. And beat that, she'll argue with me saying that, you don't know, please ask ChatGPT. Seriously? Once, I did ask ChatGPT and I showed her. And she was still not convinced. You know what she did? She asked Alexa, Alexa, what is the spelling of care? So with this kind of a nuisance at home, I was totally convinced that I can't. When it comes to teaching kids, I can't. I can't handle their tantrums. I can't handle their being stubborn. I can't handle their overconfidence. I don't have the patience to do with it. So I've been outsourcing the job of teaching her to teachers. And I must say that I have this uncanny ability of attracting the worst teachers in the world. Every teacher that I got for her was worse than the previous one. So finally, it came to a stage where she failed in all the exams in class 3. But somehow, they don't have a pass-fail system yet. So she somehow managed to move to class 4. And this torture continued with me. And I was totally at a loss what to do. At this very point of time, we started a speechcraft batch for students of her age, 8 to 10 years old. And the first batch, the first day, my very dear friend, my partner in crime, and someone who consistently puts me in a tight spot, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, she said, Saurav, the first batch on a Sunday morning, please, I can't wake up that early. Figure out. So I landed there. Samita was there, and Renu was there, and I was there, but I was not on camera. I was so nervous. 8 kids, 8-year-olds sitting in a room. I can't handle one kid in the room for more than 8 minutes. And I had to tackle them for 90 minutes. What nonsense. Somehow I started engaging with them. I started keeping them busy because there was some issue with the Zoom link and this and that and all of those things. But the funniest part of it is that whatever I did, it seemed to work. The kids started liking me. In fact, they started saying, "Who are you, the man behind camera? Hey, invisible man, switch on your camera." First of all, I was very angry. I mean, is there a way you talk to someone who's almost like 4 times your age? Have some respect, dude. But respect does not come naturally to children. You have to earn it. And I earned it. That batch and the next batch, I was very patient with them. Instead of trying to be their teacher, their boss, their trainer, I tried to be one of them. When they played games, I played games with them. When they made faces at me, I made faces back at them. When they were doing, I was also doing, and this went on for some time. I know I look scary when I do those things, but they found it funny. And somehow we clicked. And I realized if I can be a little patient with them, if I can be a little considerate, if I can have a little bit of confidence in myself, I can. And you know what? Since this feeling came in with my daughter, with this particular episode, not only that I believe that I can teach my daughter, but this I can feeling is extremely contagious. Statutory warning, because this pervades in other aspects of your life. Today, when I'm hitting the gym, after the 15th rep, when the trainer says 20, I tell myself, I can. When I have to work out for another extra 15 minutes and my body is tearing apart, I tell myself, I can. When I have to convince a client to renew their contract with us, I tell myself, I can. It's surprising that 10-year-old kids changed me from I can't to I can by making me a part of their own world. So, remember this. Whether you believe you can't or you can, you're right. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, an amazing topic and a thought-provoking speech, I would say, by our radiant distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Dutta. And moving ahead with our theme, Golden Hour. But before that, we have to take a short break, which we call as a bio break. Before taking that break, I would ask the audience to share their stories or share some questions or queries, more queries in the chat box so that we can think along with that and understand the importance of golden hour. So let me take a bio break for 5 minutes. It's 20:35 now, 34:35 exactly. So we'll come back at 20:40. Okay. So we have a question from Dr. Kavita. As an attendant of the patient, is there any important or top 3 questions? Wonderful question. So in terms of stroke, we need to understand about the warning signs. So I was about to tell about the warning signs after that, after the table topics, but let me answer your question here first. In terms of stroke, if the patient are at risk of stroke, like those patients who are diabetic, who are hypertensive, who are in the age group of 40, 50s, and who has a positive family history of stroke. So, or hyperlipidemia as well in their blood reports. So these patients, there's a mnemonic or which you can remember or your family members can remember, that is FAST. FAST. FAST is F for face. You see for the symmetry of the face when the person smiles, the face on either side is symmetrical or not. A is for arm. Arm is disbalanced, or is the patient able to lift his arm properly or not, or is there any weakness in the arm? Okay. And S is for your, is it visible, or am I audible or not?
You're
Yes,
audible.
yes.
You're audible. You're audible.
Okay.
We are very attentively listening to you. Please continue.
Okay. And S is for your speech. If the patient has a slurring of speech, sometimes it happens like when we listen to the speech of the patient, it it looks like it's confused or slurring. So that is a one positive sign. And T is for the time. Time is critical, and we need to rush to the hospital within that time, within that golden hour. For the unknown patient, uh, if you are talking about the patient whom
So
Archana,
when
this
I
is
say
what you
unknown
said.
patient,
This is what you said. I put that only in the notes. The same thing what you just mentioned. Dr. Kavita is asking about unknown patient. Yeah.
yeah.
okay, for the unknown patient, like you have encountered some patient in the road traffic accident or roadside, is that you mean?
Yes, anybody who we are helping, or accident, or some neighbor emergency, any of those.
That is, there's a different thing. There's a different protocol, and that is the hands only CPR we do for the patient, and it is for the general public. We teach them CPR, this cardiopulmonary resuscitation, where the patient responsiveness is checked first. Is the patient responsive or not? Is he unconscious? You will ask, are you okay or not? And then you will check for the pulse, the carotid pulse. It's there in the center of the neck, where you have to um, feel for the pulse for 10 seconds, at least 10 seconds. And if there's no pulse, no response from the patient, just immediately start the CPR. And that requires a different level of training. That can't be, that I can't tell you here. Only we need to demonstrate it somewhere else. So there are different kind of CPR training as well that is available. And in World Anesthesia Day, 16th October, we generally conduct such trainings to all the non-professional, to all the areas where like for the army persons, or in the bank offices, where even we teach our guards to how to do CPR.
Dr.
So
Archana, I'm sorry to interrupt. We have the table topic.
okay. So if I
Yeah.
for the layman, I would say the CPR is a different thing. And here, yeah, Sourav Dutta sir has already put on the fast mnemonic with us. So let's quickly move on with our interesting, and I hope I answered your question, Dr. Kavita. Okay.
Yes, I got an idea. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. So now, moving ahead with our table topic section, we have an amazing table topic master, who is none other than Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. She is a director and partner at Proactive Consulting and Training LLP, a vibrant consulting and trans services company which serves MSMEs, non-profits, and corporates across India. She has over 10 years entrepreneurial experience and expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. She's a charter president of the Gabby's and currently serving as VP Education of Gabby's. So please welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel over here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Archana, our Toastmaster of the day. Well, we call this session a table topic session because it's the impromptu speech that we get to deliver. Whether you are a guest or a volunteer or a role taker, almost most of us get a chance to speak here. Today, there's a twist. We have decided for this club that we will be having a twist in the table topic section where we will be having debate instead of table topics. Debate. Are we ready to fight against somebody, argue against somebody, or maybe talk in favor or against the topic? You will be given 1 minute to share your argument, whether you are speaking in for or against. In both the cases, 1 minute each. After your 1 minute is over, you will be muted by the Zoom moderator. I'll be requesting Toastmaster Renu to help me with the muting part, and I'll be needing help from Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, our timer, to let us know once 1 minute is over. Having said that, I will pick up the volunteers. We will start with the members, then we will move on to the guests. You don't need to raise your hand, just be alert. I can call out your name at any point. Are we all ready? Okay, I can see a lot of you nodding here. Let me just pick up my first two players for the topic. I'll go ahead with Veresh and Muskan. Zoom moderator, please help me with the spotlighting. Okay, so Veresh, you are going to speak in favor of the topic, and Muskan, you are going to speak against. Remember, 1 minute each. Your topic is golden hours should be non-negotiable. Golden hours should be non-negotiable. We'll start with Veresh.
Yeah, so I completely agree that golden hours should be non-negotiable because there is effectively permanent damage if you don't get the patient in within the golden hour. Dr. Archana was stating that there'll be like muscle damage, I believe brain damage, and so on and so forth. So it is absolutely critical, whatever happens, to get the patient into the clinic or the hospital or get to the nearest doctor, get them checked and give them maybe some kind of first aid within the first 1 hour. So there is a chance of not only them recovering, but then recovering and having good quality of life. So for those reasons, I believe that golden hour is non-negotiable.
Muskan?
So I think it's negotiable if you just follow your daily basis routine of health. If we don't follow it, then obviously the golden hour becomes our savior at the last moment. So if we follow in our daily basis and don't irresponsible for ourselves, because most of us are very responsible when it comes to our company or work or other family member, but when it comes to for ourselves we just forget that, like, it's okay, it's fine, we will do it later. And that's when we actually make our family members suffer, and it makes that golden hour thing prominent in our life. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well, can we have a round of applause for both our speakers here? Very beautifully, Toastmaster Veresh mentioned how it is important to have uh, us paying attention during the golden hour, but at the same time, Toastmaster Muskan touched upon self care. Well, that was our first topic. Let's hear it from our second pair now. Our second pair, I would like to have both our presidents, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta and Toastmaster Samita Kar. Okay. Your topic is sort of, you're going to go against the topic, and Samita, you are in favor. Late nights kill golden mornings. Late night kills golden morning.
I absolutely agree with this statement. Early to bed, early to rise makes the man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Health that we all want right at this moment. And going to bed early will give me a good health. Why should I compromise on my health? And of course, if I am getting up early, I have all the time in the world to plan my day and make sure that I earn enough money so that money will be flowing in. Who doesn't want more money? And being early to bed, not scrolling, not giving my eyes a bad sight, giving my brain a rest, my body can recover. I will be my best self in the morning. With that, I can control the people with whom I am working. My mood is fresh. I am not in a grumpy mood. I don't need a strong coffee to wake up.
Saurav?
What else would you expect a principal to say, right? An retired principal, that you would want them to go to bed early in the night and then wake up early in the morning. But that's not how you enjoy life. So I would say golden nights and late mornings together is equal to a platinum life, right? So if you really want to enjoy a good life, try to have a late night and then wake up late in the morning, and then you'll see life is fun. Otherwise, no matter whatever you do, you're going to always be grumpy. Anyone here who would disagree with me that the school principal has been grumpy? No, right? So you know why. It's because you wake up early in the morning, it's because you go to bed late in the night. So if you don't want to be like them, don't do what they did. Thank you.
Wow. What a beautiful take on in favor as well as against. I just love the Jugalbandi both of you had. What else can we expect from our presidents when they go head on head with each other? Well, thank you so much. Next, I would like to call upon next two people on camera. I see Puneet and Swati. Swati, you're going in favor, and Puneet, you're going against. Zoom moderator requests you to spotlight both of them. Okay, here we go. Golden hours should be device free. Golden hours should be device free. Swati.
Yeah. So, as per our educationalist, as per our TMOD today, she suggested like those golden hours are really crucial for everybody, right? And what if there are we see like diseases don't come seeing your economics in your life, right? They always come with the financial burdens, they always come with the rush hours, they always comes with the emergency exits as well, right? We never know how much that device can expensive for that person, right? So if golden hours can be device free, most of the people who are not able to live or survive, which they could have survived if being treated in the golden hours itself, would give more meaning to their people's life, their families, and the people whom they care and love for, and for whom they want to live for, right? Usually all kinds of devices like money, lots of loans and everything really put so much of burden into people's life because these golden hours are not sustainable by everybody.
Puneet?
I think Swati misunderstood device for things and objects. And as I'm taking it against, I think devices like technology becomes very crucial, especially during golden hour. I remember the previous year when my mama had got a cardiac arrest, how my mommy was very observant and she immediately video called us. She was able to resourcefully call family members, call an ambulance, figure all of that out. Though she wasn't that technically gifted, she was still able to call people and get them to come and take care of things. And I think that did make a difference. So I would feel if you're in an emergency, you got to have devices, and devices will save your life. I was just thinking throughout the session to gift my dad a smart watch just because it can detect a heart attack immediately and notify me and my sister. So devices save lives.
Well. Can we have a round of applause for both our speakers here? What a wordplay. Both of them have played all of us with the wordplay. So lovely take, both of you. Thank you so very much. Let's hear it from our guests now. I see Komal Singh already on camera. Komal, would you like to take up the topic?
Yes.
Okay. And Komal, we will have Dr. Kavita against you. Dr. Kavita.
Yes. If you say I can't say no.
Okay. Can you be on camera for this topic, if possible?
Actually, I'm sitting in a hospital, so I won't be able to on it.
Okay.
Not for
Okay.
me. Everything is okay with me, but I had to take my neighbor. Yes.
Okay, no problem. So Komal is going for the topic and Dr. Kavita is going against the topic. And the topic is the best ideas come before sunrise. The best ideas come before sunrise. Komal.
I think
I see Komal's video is stuck.
True. I feel that when we go on a bed and all the best idea comes in our mind. When we are on bed, we are sleeping. At that time, all the best ideas comes in our mind. And at that time, if we have to go and give a speech or write anything, we can do to best of ourselves. But when we wake up in the morning, we most of things we forget. So I feel that when we are very calm, when we are before sunrise, the all the best ideas that comes in our mind. So that's
Dr. Kavita.
Hey, hi. Thank you for this opportunity. This is my first time, so please excuse me. Yes, for the topic against before sunrise, you get the best um, ideas and stuff. It's different for different people, and for people like me, I love chai. So without my chai, my brains will not radiate, the word of the day, and I will not be able to think more innovative if I don't get enough rest, because I am not a early to bed, early to rise person, but I suggest that yes, it's good for health. But I think over a period of time, as and when we grow, we adapt to the situation and we change. And it suited me and more people like me. So I think you take your time, don't force yourself. Like Saurabh said, it's no fun there, but this side, yes. uh, and as far as you're calm, you've taken your rest, you wake up with a peaceful mind, you do your morning duty, and then you radiate and you have
Lovely. What a lovely take. Both of you decided to go against the topic, if I'm not wrong. We all agree that no ideas come before sunrise. You have to be well rested and stay fresh. I am totally with both of you. Thank you so much for strengthening my take on this topic. Now let's go ahead with our next pair. I see Dr. Archana is yet to attempt, and against Dr. Archana, Joanne, would you like to go for a topic?
Yeah, why not? Thank you.
Since you joined late, I'll just reiterate the rules. It's a debate going on 1 minute each. One person will be speaking in favor, the other against.
Okay.
Okay, so Dr. Archana is speaking in favor. Joanne, you're going against the topic. We'll start with Dr. Archana, and here is your topic. For both of you, your phone steals your golden hour. Your phone steals your golden hour.
Absolutely. Our phone steals the golden hour. The golden hour, the first 1 hour, the most crucial hour of our morning. The golden hour, the last 1 hour before the bed, where we can talk to our family and have discussion with them having the quality time. It just steals that golden hour. In the hospital as well, when I get into the phone and I get scrolling, I simply miss the golden hour of talking to my patients. So all this golden hour gets missed with this device. Having said that, every device has its pros and cons, and I talked about.
Joanne?
I completely disagree. I believe that many hours, whether they are golden or silver, doesn't matter, have become fruitful and enriching and have radiated love and warmth in my life because of my phone. Imagine in the morning, first hour, when Dr. Achana spoke about talking to a family. I'm in Himachal, my family is in Bombay. So picking up that call and talking to my dadi morning in the morning for a blessing on the new year is the best thing that I can think about. When it comes to hospitals, I cannot imagine the hospital functioning from floor to floor without having the mobile phone right now. So I don't think the technology of phone steals any golden hour. But yes, if your mind is weak, then every hour can become a dark hour if you keep on scrolling. So it is not the phone or technology, but it is us and our mind which dictates how we use it. And then any hour can be dark or golden or white, doesn't matter. It's up to you. Back to you.
Lovely. Yet another lovely for and against debate. I am loving it. I'm not sure about all of you, but I'm loving each and every argument coming our way about the golden hour. And the way we have used this terminology, golden hour, in so many senses, I could never imagine that we can have so many meanings to this one particular phrase. So, loving each and every bit of it. Now that I'm loving it, I don't want to get carried away with time. I would have a quick check with the VP Education or the presiding officer. Do we have time for one or two more topics, or shall we wrap up?
You can take the last one.
Okay, I see Rakesh on camera. Against Rakesh, we will have Anil Shetty. Anil, are you there? Okay, if not Anil, shall we go ahead with Suchita? Suchita, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, here we see you. Okay, in the meanwhile, Zoom moderator is spotlighting you. Let me quickly go through the topics. Your topic is, we will have Rakesh going for the topic and Sucheta going against the topic. Golden hours are a luxury. Golden hours are a luxury. Rakesh.
Golden hours are luxury. Yes, of course. I know that golden hours, which are in the very morning, or in technical term, if we say that one unfortunate event when happens, so immediately thereafter, the hour or time, sometime in which the person can be recuperate, can be can get that damage good, can have this damage good, then that is called the golden hour in technical terms. In morning, we have all the time, we have all the luxury that we can start afresh our day. We can have our determination, and we can implement whatever we want to do. We can check out as to what is to be done. The day is coming, so that and
Suchita?
So I completely disagree. Do you know, whenever we wake up, whenever what is the time is not matter, but whenever we wake up, that is the golden hour for us. And that gives you energizing movement where you can do your best in that particular hour. What if, like, if I'm working late nights, so that doesn't mean that golden hours for me is in early morning only. So that I'm not able to enjoy my day because I have not completed my sleep fully. I can only enjoy my day whenever I am slept well. So for me, I completely disagree. Whenever the person is wake up, is the golden hour for the person. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Rakesh and Suchita. Yet another lovely take on the topic. Well, everybody who speaks in favor of sleeping till late night and till late mornings, I am in favor of all of you. That's my take on golden hours. Someone who can never wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 7 or 8, maybe 9 is good. So, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and thank you for having such a wonderful argument for against the person that you are speaking. I think I love the session. With this, I hand it over to our Dr. Archana, Toastmaster of the Day.
Let's give a big round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Nancy for that wonderful table topics. We enjoyed it all, isn't it? So let's come down to our serious topic, which is about ICU, and I would like to tell about two ICU scenarios which I encountered, and I remember now as well. One, a
Uh,
52-year-old patient, he came.
Toastmaster, Toastmaster Archana, can we
Yes.
take this after the evaluation? Actually, we're running behind time.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our evaluation section. And for the before that, I would like to ask you all just read. I will read out few things, and you just have to apply it to someone close to you or yourself as well. Read out few of the warning signs, okay, or the risk factors. I would like to say hypertension, smoking or tobacco, sedentary lifestyle, stress and irregular sleep, a family history of heart attack or stroke, or an age of 40 to 50 years. If these are the risk factors in you have to be careful and just remember the warning signs. Now let's move on with our evaluation section. Now we have evaluated ourselves, the rapid self scan we have done. So moving on with our evaluation section, I would like to invite our distinguished Toastmaster Samita Kar, who is general evaluator and who is going to evaluate the meeting as a whole. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Uh, we have a timer. Sunil, are you ready with your report?
We have to invite the evaluator now first.
No,
Evaluator.
I'm just asking, are you ready with
Yeah, yeah.
your report?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
the evaluation will be of time. We had one speech today and one evaluation. I request timer Toastmaster Sunil Gupta to come and present his report.
Sorry, Samita,
Yes.
I don't have to time the evaluator. Prapurna.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, sir. Just a minute. My mistake. Yes. So first, we will be calling on our first evaluator, that is evaluator number one, Toastmaster Prapurna, a structural design engineer. And she is originally from Visakhapatnam and currently working in Gurgaon. She loves learning new things and connecting with people. She will be evaluating distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Dutta.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Samita. What a wonderful speech. Radiant yet humorous. And I can't. Who will use this theme to create that humor apart from our distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta? It is a very relatable theme where everyone gets connected. And let me tell what all the things that have worked in your speech. First one, the good use of rhetorical devices like anaphora, hyperbole, and even rhetorical questions that were used for creating the fun. Seriously? And what all things that can be that are good is vocabulary, uncanny ability. It has also been used for creating the humor. And who are you? The man invisible behind the camera? Such punchlines have created that humor, and I see everyone in the room are enjoying that. And you have also used numbers to create that humor, like 8 times 8 by 8 is 1. The good use of numbers I have seen in a humorous speech. It has used multiple times. And pauses. The pauses were used amazingly before the sharp punches were said, and it has all the good uses of pauses has also helped the audience to create that laughter. And what are the improvement areas that can be there in this speech? First one is the project objective. Whether the project objective has been met or not. The first thing when it comes to level 1 P3 is vocal variety and body language. Whether the vocal variety is good, yes, it has created a significant impact when you are using the rhetorical questions, or when you are saying your daughter has calling about Alexa. uh, there are multiple usages that you have used the vocal variety. But when you are using numbers like 8 times 8 by 8 is 1, that has created humor. But how would it be if it is if it can be used along with your expressions, facial expressions, and your hand gestures? 8 times 8 is 1, but she says 64. 8 by 8 is 1, but she says 64. The using the hand gestures and the dilated pupils, such kind of facial expressions, if it can be used, that can it could have been better, and it could have easily met the project objective as well. And second thing is, funny punchline at the end is missing. Because it is a humorous speech, you have given a message, that is good. But how would it be if you would have added an add-on line to create that humor at the end, so that it will create that impact in the audience at the end? Overall, it's a great speech. I thoroughly enjoyed, and so as the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, our evaluator, Prapurna. You have tried. Yeah, I know it's a difficult speaker to evaluate because he has been there, seen there, done that, and to sit and evaluate him, you have found all the points that you need to be given. You can structure it better. You have done all the points, but a little more structuring would be more effective. Distinguished Toastmasters, that's your speech. As usual, you know you have a knack to connect with audience. You know you can pull out that humor and make people laugh. That you have done well. How about you have gone from I can't to I can? Ending conclusion extremely powerful. You spoke about your daughter, then you went to your gym and client. How about bringing that aspect at the beginning also, a line or two, saying how I can't in these aspects as well as in other aspects also. So that when you are tying up the whole thing, we know what you have spoken in the beginning and the end. Coming back to my team, I will first call listener Swati to ask her questions. Swati? Yes, you are on mute. Please unmute and speak.
Thank you. So, as a listener, I paid close attention to today's speakers and their key messages. So, now let's see how we all have listened today. Am I like everybody is able to listen to me? Okay, thanks. Okay, first of all, I would ask, like, what was the World Anesthesia Day? Which date is it?
16th October.
Yeah, right. And next is, which historical figure was discussed during today's educational session and where was he born?
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel,
Yeah.
Born
Where was he born?
Vadodara.
Vadodara.
Correct, correct. So looks like everybody was listening very carefully today. Huh? So next, how many times our speaker, Mr. Sourav Dutta, said the practice word care with his daughter? How many times he did practice the care word?
64.
Yeah, correct. And what is our speaker's uncanny ability?
May I tell?
Yeah.
To bring the worst teacher. He has the uncanny ability to attract the worst teachers to teach his daughter.
Yeah, so his uncanny ability is attracting the worst teachers in the world. And last, so it is a fill in the blanks. So he said, respect does not come naturally to the children. Fill in the blanks.
You have to earn it.
Earn it.
Correct, correct. So we all, I see everybody did a wonderful job. Everybody was listening carefully, and this made our meeting really engaging. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you so much. As our VP Education has put in, she has a cab waiting, and that's the reason I just changed the order and took her up early so that she can leave. Next, I'll call upon our timer, Toastmaster Sunil, to please present your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So today, everyone accomplished their task within time. Like Saurabh Dutta, the prepared speaker, completed his speech within time 6 minutes 42 seconds, and the evaluator Prapurna completed her evaluation within time 3 minutes 26 seconds, and table topic speakers were forced to complete their speeches within time. So all are qualified. Thank you. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you for the crisp and to the point time taken report and with your radiant smile. Lovely. So next we have a language evaluator, Toastmaster Veresh. Please submit your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. So today we had a few filler words being used. I think Dr. Archana used one or two of them. Swati Gupta used about three of them, and that's the only filler word usage. In terms of like the outstanding devices that we used today, there were lots of rhetorical devices being used throughout the speeches. I've noted some examples of that in the report. If you want to go through that, we had some metaphors, hyperboles, and also we had introduction of some acronyms by Dr. Archana. Some noteworthy phrases, right? A couple of them that caught my eye from Samita: when five doctors surround you, you know something is wrong. I think we can all relate to that. And then I think Joanne mentioned another very quotable quote: "If your mind is weak, every hour can be a dark hour." Some areas of improvement have also been noted. There were a few unintentional long pauses and a few grammatical mistakes in terms of the usage of statements. The word of the day was used by four speakers: Dr. Archana, Prapurna, Dr. Kavita, and Joanne. The entire report, I will paste the link to the entire report in the chat. Please go through it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely report in detail you have noted down, and please paste it in the chat. Coming to my evaluation. First, our Sergeant at Arms, kudos to her because she picked up this role at the last moment and did a wonderful job out of it. The theme today, Golden Hour, our Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Archana, that's exactly how a doctor thinks. And we needed to know about what this golden hour is and what we can do. Few suggestions to you. One, please join 10 minutes early and do the AV check, because you being the main rule taker today, your audiovisual check, if you do that, then you start off with a bang, and you can start off without wasting any time at all. What a wonderful topic. But we mere mortals who are not doctors, for us, golden hour has some other meaning. Meaning, what about you start off with one of your stories that will hook the audience and give a direction to them about what you are going to speak about? We had a lot about the sunrise, sunset, and all things golden. There is an agenda given. Please refer to the agenda. You will know where your timings are, and you have 10 minutes in the beginning and 5 minutes at the ending. And it is all right if you can tell someone to hold on to their questions so that you can answer it at the end. You are a doctor, so you had all the answers to all our questions that we needed to know, and you gave acronyms for it, and you explained in detail. So, kudos to you for that. That was so wonderfully done. I am looking forward for you to pick up such interesting topics in where we do not understand the medical terminology so much. But again, if you can give us a few tips on how we can better be equipped to face such situation, though we don't know, but we do face those situations. So we would absolutely love it. A wonderful topic and very well done. Next comes our timer, Sunil. As always, he loves coming up, speaking something about time, and then time and again, you come up with that. Very well done. You posted your report. Yes, you can practice a little more fluidity in speaking. Yes, you have been doing this role for a long time, and I want to see you. This is a challenge for you that you have to speak like this. Our listener today had all the questions and tested our knowledge where we could answer. Now, coming to our table topic master. Table topic master tried something new. That is a debate session. Very well explained, given the topics, picked up the people, said whether it's for or against. One suggestion here. How about, since we are having 60 seconds and usually we are not prepared to speak for 60 seconds, can we display the timer 60 backwards till 0 so that when it is in the 15-second mark, we know that we need to wrap up what we are speaking? This is one suggestion for the table topic section. Overall, the meeting went on along with, of course, the educational session was very well structured. He came, he spoke. One, that is a very interesting topic that he spoke about. We all are aware that we should know history, but we know the surface level, and sometimes what we know is not exactly what has happened. So such authors, bringing them, talking to them, opens up a whole new conversation with our kids, which is very essential, not only kids but with adults also. So the educational session was very well done, in addition to the of course distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Dutta picking up the question answers, and uh, when someone curates the question, the flow of the meeting becomes very easy to follow, and all the questions are answered in the least possible time. That was wonderful. So one suggestion for myself, that is, as a PO, I had forgotten to introduce the timer, and I had forgotten to mention the educational session was for 15 minutes plus 5 minutes for question answer, which I should have done. So that was all for about my evaluation of the meeting. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita. And let's give her a huge round of applause for that wonderful evaluation section where we understood what we did well and what we need to build upon and do well in our further meetings. Just like in ICU, we after every treatment we review what worked well and what is going to work well in the other patients as well. And coming back to the topic, we have already discussed about the FAST acronym about stroke. How could we identify stroke in a patient, and we can utilize the golden hour and rush to the hospital. Uh, Now coming to the heart attack, what all warning signs we can assess in a patient, particularly who are at risk. These are chest comfort. Nowadays, we don't get severe chest pain, which was the typical sign before that. But we can always get chest discomfort. Like the patient may complain of heaviness in their chest, pain spreading to the left arm, jaw, neck, back. All these. It may appear mild at the first, but it may eventually it becomes severe. Breathlessness, even without a chest pain, cold sweats, nausea, dizziness, and like Toastmaster Samita, she said she was feeling uneasiness. So all these are come under the warning signs of heart attack or any other disease that can be related to your heart. So this was the about the warning signs. And to conclude this golden hour topic, in critical care, we don't ask what is the diagnosis first. Actually, in critical care, we ask how much time we have already lost. Because this golden hour thinking that teaches us one thing, one clear lesson, that time is not just important, it is the treatment. So if golden hour is about saving lives, prevention is about protecting quality of life. So make use of your golden hour, and most important, prevention is better than cure. So um, always be preventive, or always take advantages of your what is sorry. So that was all about this golden hour. I am not able to conclude, as you can all understand. So let me hand over the topic stage back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal.
No, it is me, Samita.
Toastmaster Samita, sorry.
Yeah. So let us hear it for our TMOD for such a wonderful session, passionate about her profession, and that was clearly seen on how she was speaking about this topic. Now, we have two clubs. Gabby's is a family of two clubs, which means lots of roles to be taken up, speaking lots. And Saturdays morning, Tuesdays evening, whenever you want, you can join and participate in these meetings. For Gabby's, it's always a proud occasion when we have one more new member. The latest member is Mr. Basavraj. Welcome, Basavraj, Toastmaster Basavraj. Last time he was guest Basavraj, and this time he is a new Toastmaster Basavraj, a seasoned professional with 15 plus years of experience in automotive ADAS domain. He is passionate about building safe, reliable, and robust driver assistant system. Currently working as test manager, he leads test execution and quality assurance for complex, high impact projects where precision and leadership matters every day. Welcome, welcome to the Gabby's family, Toastmaster Basavraj. All speech is communication. All speech is for communication. And there is no possibility of communication unless people understand you. And your club can help you find out whether you are making yourself understood. Such a wonderful quote. It was said by none other than Dr. Ralph Sitzmanley. We are waiting for the most interesting part. What is that? That is our who is the best. Now, best speaker we don't have because we had only one speaker today. But best auxiliary role taker, put your hands together for Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, the timer. I love it when timer gets the best auxiliary role because he is the backbone of any meeting. Best table topic speaker is Veresh and Muskan. Put your hands together for Veresh and Muskan. And best role taker, none other than our table topic master, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, for those wonderful topics and the debate that we have. With that, I declare the meeting adjourned. We will meet again on Saturday at 10 a.m. Till then, good night. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.